What's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight discussion video. Not really a full-on analysis here because this wasn't really a fight I was looking forward to. But I had some people ask me my thoughts on the main event Saturday night, UFC 264, Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3. And I said I'll go ahead and talk about it since I did cover I think I did cover the first fight on my channel, but I'm for sure that I covered the second fight. I went back and talked about that. But yeah, man, this fight, like I said, it wasn't really a fight we were asking for. Of course, it was just a match that Conor McGregor needed to move forward at 155. But in my opinion, I knew that this version of Conor and this version of Dustin Poirier was just too much for him. I feel like Conor McGregor right now, he's just in a different place, like mentally and physically. At 155, I just feel like there's a lot of fighters in this division that, to me, they pose a big threat to him, and Dustin Poirier is that roadblock. He's that roadblock. He's the number one contender, and I think that Dustin Poirier, at this point, he's just developed into more of a well-rounded fighter, more so than Conor McGregor. And I think, even without, of course, I'm not even basing it on this outcome, this first round TKO, because it was a doctor stoppage. But I think that it was definitely leading to even more of a brutal beating than the second fight with Dustin Poirier was able to do to Conor McGregor. But I feel like this time around it was really leading to that, and in my opinion, in some ways, this freak accident, it was kind of like a sign. It was a sign, and it was also a way of saving Conor McGregor. It was kind of like a lifesaver, because Conor, to me, looked defeated in this fight. I mean, when he was on the ground, he just looked lost. I think Dustin Poirier was really starting to come on stronger. And after seeing Conor McGregor's ear, the blood coming out, and just the way he was positioning himself, to get off his offense and still get hit, I was thinking that, Dustin Poirier eventually he was going to stop him. But I think this leg injury, breaking his tibia, right? I think breaking his tibia, I think that was a way of saving him from facing even worse damage. Real quick, just going back and looking at the first round, right away, Conor McGregor, he came out with these spin kicks, trying to really just kind of dazzle the crowd, trying to, catch Dustin Poirier with one of these spin kicks, throwing these spin kicks and backing Dustin Poirier up, and landing a couple to the body and some leg kicks. And he did land a good left hand off of those spin kicks that rocked Dustin. But Dustin, he came back strong. He came back with his own leg kicks. He was landing a few of his own. They were trading them. Conor McGregor was landing some good leg kicks to that lead leg of Dustin Poirier, and they were doing damage. He was landing those kicks, and it was opening up shots up top. But Dustin Poirier was coming back with his own. And then as they got into the pocket, Dustin Poirier, he did buzz Conor McGregor with a good 1-2. And he was able to land a couple more shots before Conor chose to clinch up. As they clinched up and went back to the fence, Dustin Poirier came in with the head down, and that's whenever Conor McGregor locked in that guillotine. And I was thinking, okay, he might get this, because that guillotine, it was locked in, and it was looking scary for Dustin Poirier. But Dustin, as he kind of positioned his body right, he just kept his cool and got his neck. He was able to free up his neck on the right side. He was able to break out and get into that guard and just really start to put that pressure and that weight on top of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, he was coming back with some good elbows off of his back, landing some good elbows to the top of the head of Dustin Poirier. But Dustin Poirier kind of woke up a monster when he was getting hit with these shots. He started raining down heavier elbows, big elbows on top of Conor McGregor. And here's where I was thinking that Conor was about to get finished. He was eating big elbows, big right hands, and some big left hands, some heavy ground and pound from Dustin Poirier. And just this leverage here, I was like, okay, he might get finished, because he was not getting up. And then finally, whenever Dustin Poirier was able to back up, he let Conor back up. And whenever Conor was back in his stand-up, I know some people were saying that the leg looked hurt already, but I don't think he was damaged yet. It looked like it may have been two kicks in that last minute. There was a kick that he landed to the backside of Dustin Poirier, and as he brought it down, it looked like there was kind of a reaction where he kind of leaned forward, right? And then he threw another one that landed on the elbow of Dustin Poirier. And as he brought it back, he shifted to southpaw. He shifted to southpaw to put that leg back, because it looked like it was in pain. And then he threw a punch from the southpaw stance, and as he twisted that ankle, the ankle just crumbled and came down, and he fell, and you could see that it was over from there. And then, Dustin Poirier came in and rained down blows, and I thought, they were going to stop it right there, but he survived the round, but he couldn't get up. He survived the round, he couldn't get up, and that was pretty much it. Conor kept yelling, Dr. Stoppage, like it didn't count. But, I mean, it counts as a TKO on the record. But in my opinion, yeah, fair enough. You can't really just say Conor McGregor was stopped fully, but because it was like a freak accident that happened. But at the same time, it was some damage that he suffered from Dustin Poirier, and I still stick by with what I said, though. It was probably good that it happened because it saved him from a even much more brutal beating that Dustin Poirier was about to dish out, because this was a high-paced fight. It was a high-paced fight that I think wasn't going to go in Conor McGregor's favor. With Conor's style, I think this high pace would have favored Dustin Poirier more so, because Dustin Poirier, he was going to land these shots, and he was much more fresher in the clinch and with his ground game. Conor, he's becoming more of this kickboxer and trying to pick his shots from a range and land these hard shots. He's throwing with such authority, but when he misses, it's kind of gassing himself out. So I'm thinking that at this high pace, eventually he was going to get stopped. This is a 5-round fight, and he was already coming out looking like he fought 4 rounds, Conor McGregor. But Dustin Poirier still looked like he had much more in his game. Dustin Poirier took his best leg kicks, and he was coming back with his own. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's looking like, Dustin Poirier is starting to gain momentum here, and he might be able to finish Conor McGregor. So in my opinion, things like this happen, and I think it's just a sign for Conor McGregor that it might be time to hang it up, because, he just doesn't seem like he's into the fight anymore. He's more so into the intoxication of the crowd and, just having the fans come out and scream his name and, cheer for him and boo for his foe. I think that it's just that type of mind state that, he's in as a superstar. But when it comes down to the fight, he's not really in the fight anymore, yeah, because I was just looking at the crowd. Everybody was there. Dave Chappelle, the cast of Always Sunny was there. Even like the other Hollywood stars like Machine Gun Kelly and so on. So many people came out to see him, so I could see why he wants to continue to do this. That's what I was going to say. Also, I saw on ESPN that his 3-hour leg surgery was successful, and he said he's coming back. So, that's one of the reasons why he wants to come back, because, he's in that contract where he's still trying to make this money, and he wants to continue to put on these shows. But, man, like, it's pretty dangerous, man. It's a dangerous game, man, if you're not in the fight anymore. But, yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got on this one. Like I said, I just kind of want to go back and give you my thoughts. My final thoughts, though, like I said, I had to give Dustin Poirier a lot of credit here. He came in here and he put on a good performance, and that's just the way the fight went. It kind of saved Conor McGregor from a even worse beating, like I said. But from here, I really don't want to see a 4th fight. I know the Conor fans do. Everybody else wants to see it because they want to go out there and experience that atmosphere again, that electrifying atmosphere, not even caring what could happen to Conor McGregor. But as somebody that's a fan of the fight game, I don't want to see Conor McGregor damaged. I'm not really a fan of Conor anymore, but I don't want to see the guy get hurt, turn into a vegetable in there. So to me, I want to see Dustin Poirier move on and get the Oliveira fight, go for that belt. I like the way Dustin Poirier has been really developing himself as a fighter and getting better and better, and just performing under pressure the way he did. Like he said, everybody booing him, they can kiss his what. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all want to see. Do y'all want to see a 4th fight? Me personally, no. We can talk about it more tonight in the live stream. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.